Kyrie, number one, acknowledging that Boston is a good team. But from the Nets side of things, what do you feel is most frustrating about not being able to get over this hump or figure them out thus far?
I think the frustrating part is just, the intangibles out there that we can control, meaning just the turnovers and the offensive rebounds. I think for the last 3 games, you can see we've given a lot of easy baskets in transition. And though they're a good defensive team, they've proven, I feel like sometimes we just put in their lap and they go the other way and they get in transition. And they make big time plays, so I gotta give them credit. They make it tough in the half court for us to run plays, but I felt like in the first half we did some good things, and in the last 2 games before this we felt like we did some good things, but tonight it just wasn't enough.
Obviously the stats not on your side as far as teams down 0-3, but as a competitive veteran group, what do you say to each other? What's the communication like as you turn your attention to game 4?
There's not much to say. I mean, we know what it is. I think a few of us in this locker room have either been in this position on the winning side or on the losing side. So you just got to take your lessons, learn what you can from this, and just get ready for Monday. No time to hold your head, no time to think about what everyone else is saying. It's just let's go play basketball.
Kyrie, you were on that Cavs team that was down 3-1 and came back. What do you take from that experience that allows you to maybe
different situation, brother? Different situation. Being down 3-1 in the finals, that's a totally different situation than compared to what we're into right now. And I don't even want to compare it just out of respect for what that was for the teammates I had and the journey. We have our guys in our locker room. My brothers are there. And, this is something that's new for us as a group. And I can individually say, I did this, I did that, but it's a team game. And all I could do is show up tomorrow, be ready for film, and get ready for Monday's game.
Kyrie, Steve Nash was just in here, and he said that you and Kevin have to be tired just because based on how hard you guys had to play towards the end of the season, how many minutes, and he also mentioned you fasting might be a contributing factor. I mean, how do you feel? Is that is that making you tired, or how do your legs feel?
My legs feel okay. I think kind of in the flow of everything right now. I mean, it's just end of the season. Then also fasting and just trying to find a balance there. Those are things that attribute to my day to day. But when I show up to the facility or the arena, there are no excuses that I have for me being ready and prepared. I do everything I can to be able to make sure that I'm spiritually grounded and I'm respecting my faith, but also knowing that when I step into this building, I don't want any excuses on my name. I just told everybody that's a journey with God that I respect. But in terms of my play and stuff like that, just got to do better. Just got to do better. There's no, don't want to sit up here and be like, hey, this or that. Just got to do better.
Playoff basketball is usually, a game of runs back and forth. But, I mean, after they made their run in the second quarter, you guys really couldn't have an answer to even tie it from that point. Mm-hmm. When Blake was in here, he was talking about he thought the spirit was not where it needed to be today. Do you agree with that assessment? And if so, why do you think that would be?
Well, I respect Blake's opinion and I honor it. I'm sure, just for these last few games, he felt like he could make a bigger impact on our team. And, he should feel that way. And, what we saw tonight was just a glimpse of probably what he was capable of doing. And, I would love to see more of it. But in terms of our spirit, I think being in what we call the trenches or being in a series like this with guys that, we're all just trying to gel, and usually you're gelling around the right time, and that team in the other locker room is gelling at the right time. They've been gelling since Christmas. So for us, we're just in a new experience as a group, and we just got to respect that and just bring everything we can to this next game and just do one possession at a time. I don't want to be too cliche, but I don't have a lot of answers for how you make up time, from October until now when, usually teams would be gelling and things would be feeling good. You could put it on me in terms of playing better, controlling the game better, controlling our possessions, being more in a stance, not turning the ball over as much. I had 5 fouls tonight. So you could put it on me more of just doing more, and holding the guys accountable, same way I'm held accountable.
Kyrie, Kevin, I think 11 shots and also 8 assists. Was that by design coming into this game, kind of him being more of a decoy and drawing attention and finding open teammates, or was that something Boston did to take away?
I think we were just trying to find a balance of him being at the top of the key attacking, but also not taking as many wasted dribbles going against their set defense. So we tried to decoy him a little bit, but I think he probably has a better answer than I do on that because, he's K, so he thinks the game a certain type of way. And when I was out there, I was just trying to give him the ball as much as possible on the second side action, throw it to him where he has space and just watch him go to work. But he did a great job of getting off the ball early. He came to the huddle, said what he saw out there, and we just went out there and executed, but just wasn't enough.
Kyrie, specific to you and Kevin, what do you think you need to do in Game 4 to get rolling again offensively?
Just trusting the flow of the game, trusting the rhythm, and really just shooting the shots that are there. I could look myself in the mirror when I know that I've shot my shots that were open, and of course within the flow of the game there are going to be some tough ones, but I feel like they're very makeable. And this thing could change, one game K could go instead of 11, 6 for 11, he can go, 10 for 20 or 15 for 22 or freaking 20 for 22. And I could, mirror something like that. But I think our focus really has just been on our team game. And when you're going against a good defensive team such as Boston, you really have to maximize your possessions. And when you're turning the ball over as much as we are, or we're giving up offensive rebounds at the rate that we are, it's hard to even get into that flow and rhythm. They're taking away things that for the latter part of the season this year, we've been able to kind of hide those habits or hide those mistakes, because me and Kay have played well. Now that we're not shooting well, it's polarizing. It's just like, well, what can you guys do to get on your game? And we just go back, watch film, and prepare for Game 4. But anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Specific to that, Kevin as well as anybody. We're not used to seeing him have 3 straight games like this. How much is it weighing on him that he has not been able to deliver the way we're used to seeing?
Well, Kay hasn't. I'm pretty sure Kay has had games in his past, where he hasn't played as well as he wanted to. I've had games like that. And then we have to sit in front of you guys and, answer questions about why things aren't going well and why the shot's not going in. And, and that's just this game of basketball. It's a game of averages, man. And you guys know better than me just watching from the sideline, just that these things can happen at a change of a game where, a guy's coming in hot and, there's just a cold spell. It's just not the ideal time you want to not be shooting well, So we definitely put that expectation on ourselves to live up to the moment, and especially in a must-win game like this tonight. We definitely felt it. We felt like we had a good game plan coming in tonight, especially being on our home floor. It just didn't work out. But it's no time to hold your head or point fingers. It's just got to go back home and get the bulletproof vest on.
There was a moment, I think, in the third quarter where KD threw a turnover on the baseline where you and him were doing like an inverted pick and roll. They came down and went to the free throw line. You and him had like an extended conversation. It looked like you were trying to keep his spirits up and he was frustrated. Did you notice that a little bit? Did you feel it kind of slipping away at that point?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I can't necessarily agree with everything you say. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put that okay, but that's what brothers do. We looked him in the eye and told him how I felt. He told me how he felt, and we just moved on to the next play. It's going to be frustrating moments out there within the game, especially when we feel like we should be making more of an impact. The ball should be going in the rim a little bit more. We should be getting stops on the defensive end. Our defense shouldn't be collapsing as often. And then that possession happens and, we're on camera and everybody's watching. But, it's just us being brothers. And we expect the, mountain high greatness out of one another. And when we're not living up to that, I think it definitely hits our heart a little bit. And, that expression emotionally is honest. And I honor that. So just move on to the next thing.